I'm Joy, and I came to Exoma Farm in December of 2010. It was my first time here. A friend of ours, my daughter actually really wanted to ride horses. And when we moved to Sonoma County from Madison, Wisconsin in 2010, we were finding our place in the world. We didn't know anybody when we moved here. I started searching online for different horseback riding opportunities for my daughter, and that's when I came across Well Trained Horses. And its role as a rescue organization and a teaching facility really piqued my interest. And so I sent out a bunch of emails to friends and asked for help in getting my daughter some riding lessons. So a bunch of friends all over the states had purchased gift certificates from Montana to ride here. So we came the first day, it was December 6th, and it was beautiful. We met Susan Jan, she rode Cody for the first time, and it was amazing. Montana had just turned 6 years old, and we all fell in love with this place, this land, the horses. Susan was fantastic, with Montana and with us. And then I think I went home that night and read everything about all the different horses. Bluff's story in particularly brought tears to my eyes when I was sitting at the computer reading this saying, I have to find a way to help. So I emailed Susan and said, I want to help, do anything, I'll do anything. I'll muck stalls, I want to learn it all. I want to learn about what you're doing and how I can help rescue. And my daughter wants to ride. So we worked out a trade agreement where, we worked for our rides, and my daughter and I learned a lot about horse care, management of a barn and a facility, and how to ride more compassionately and how to work with animals on an energy level and not so much from dominance. So from that point, we started riding a lot and realized that two of the horses that were here really meant a lot to us. We met Ernie and Petey, the rescue horses that lived here at Exoma, and fell totally in love with Ernie. Another volunteer, Allie, was also working here at the time, started about the same time we did, and she was very generous in her time and giving us rides up to the farm and teaching us her kind of way, because she had been here a little bit longer than we had. So she was training us in the ways of what the horses needed, these specific horses, as far as food and turnouts. And we started to build a relationship and really felt a symbiotic feeling towards these horses of how we can, how they can teach us how to be softer, how to be present, how to forget about, leave it at the gate. Forget about anything that's troubling you in the world and just be. And it brought us both into a place of peace and serenity and, love and trust with these horses that we could take out into the greater world. And as we were developing our relationship, our friendship, we fell in love with the horses and decided, okay, it's time to adopt them. And so Allie had approached me and said, well, I really want to adopt Petey, and I know you really want to adopt Ernie, and we can't do it alone. It's much easier in a group. So we started our little horsey co-op, and we each adopted Ernie and Petey, and decided that we would share the load, share the work, share the joy, go on trail rides, share kind of the troubles that happen, when horses eventually get into trouble, as they do when they find a fence to get tangled in. And so we've been there for each other through lots of trials and tribulations of owning horses. And it's been great because they can be buddies, they can live together, and they spend part of the time at my pasture and part of the time at her orchard. And it's worked out so well for us, keeping the horses together and building our friendship. And without Allie, I don't think we would have made it very far here in Sonoma County. I mean, her generosity as far as support and guidance in the ways of Sonoma County has just really helped us to acclimate to our new surroundings. So as I was working here with Susan Jan, I started teaching mini lessons. So horseback riding, beginning lessons for children, how to be safe around the horses, how to have good posture, how to work with a creature that's, 4 and 5 times their size. And my daughter, we started homeschooling, and homeschooling led to this whole community of people who were really interested in working with animals in a more compassionate way, interested in rescue actions that were happening and why these horses were in need. So Montana and I took our knowledge of horse rescue into the homeschooling community, and it started blossoming. I've been mentoring a child who goes to a local Waldorf school, and she's 13 and she wants to learn all about rescue horses. So we've been traveling around to different rescues in Sonoma County. We came here and we played with Bluff, and so we've transitioned from working with horses and children and learning about rescues into a homeschool environment, which is now reaching out beyond that. And what I've developed is Root Care Farm. And Root Care Farm is a budding organization. We hope to bring sustainable farming practices and compassionate animal husbandry to the greater population, to our community, starting with our homeschooled children, expanding out into public school districts and moving on into urban settings, how you can make a farm on a quarter of an acre, how you can turn your front lawn into a garden. You know, it's blossomed into this community of caring individuals who want to help the animals, who want to work with the land and work with each other in a compassionate, sustainable way. And it's sort of balling and moving and it's spreading just very organically just through the schools. You know, I have new parents contacting me all the time about the program that I'm running, and I'm teaching farm classes and summer camp programs, and we'll have events in the fall where we can take everything we've done with rescue horses. Specifically, Ernie and Petey have been great ambassadors to the rescue world for everybody that comes to Root, and they want to know where they came from, what they can do to help. We also have dairy goats that we raise organically, our chickens, we also do honeybees. So it's expanding, starting from rescue horses, and it's just evolving into this sustainable practice and how to care for the earth and, you know, the coming generations. It's a dream come true.